but will the Baltimore Orioles make the playoffs this year?
When I watch baseball, I make play bets in my head. 10 grand a time. I'd be a fucking millionaire.
Get sporty.
But now you said you are a diehard Orioles fan, and it's not looking as bright for the Orioles as it is for the Ravens. So first and foremost, I just want to ask you straight up, will the Baltimore Orioles make the playoffs? As of now, according to prediction markets, there is a 24% chance that they will make the playoffs. They are currently fourth in the AL East, but they're not so far behind. They're not that many games behind that if they have a hot summer and go on a run, they could get back into it. So what are your thoughts on the Orioles making a run just to get into the playoffs? We're not talking winning the World Series, just making the playoffs. What do you think?
All right, I'm going to talk it out for a second before I give my answer. So we're 2 games back of that third wild card spot before we start today.
Okay.
Our upcoming teams, I believe, are all really good. These next 3 teams, I think, are really good. It's very quickly.
That's 9, anywhere from 9 to 12 games coming up?
Very quickly, through the weekend and next week, we're going to know whether we should be buyers or sellers, right?
Okay.
2 games out of the wild card. We've lost Jordan Westberg for the year. We had Zach Eflin, who we lost for the year. We just don't have enough. We don't have enough. I love the Orioles, but our coach needs to go. Our GM needs to go. We constantly. I mean, we've had the best farm system in the league for years up until the last 2 years. And
is that true? I'm not a baseball guy. Are you speaking like a fan, or that's fact?
These are what the experts have said. Our minor league system was stacked because we've sucked for so long. Behind the scenes, they're making these moves, though. Hey, we'll get this guy. And we got a lot of fucking potential, but we love to blow a lead. I was at Dodger Stadium on Father's Day. We were up like 7-1, and people started to get up, and I said, don't. We love to blow a fucking lead.
Wait, so that's the same thing you said about the Ravens. What's going on in Baltimore? What's up with Baltimore closing it out? Is that like a citywide cultural issue?
Well, no. The Ravens not closing it out is just factually obvious. You're going in with a lead, and you just can't fucking shut it down. The Orioles, I mean, one night they'll get blown out 17-2. The next night they'll win 8-0. Like they're just unpredictable.
It's just a bipolar team.
I'll tell you what. Look, I stopped listening to podcasts. All right, I'm almost to like that full-on older white dude where I'm just listening to local Baltimore AM sports radio because I'm sick of politics.
Okay,
I'm sick of comedy. Yeah. I'd love to find some new music if anybody want to share it. I'm sick of that fucking shit. So I just go listen. And what I'd like to do, Noah, is hear some good talk about our teams. But nah, it's not. When you got people like Mike Bordick and Ben McDonald saying shit like they're fucking up. You know, we'll get a guy who's a third baseman, but we'll try him at first. We'll put him in right field. You know, no, let that motherfucker play third. He plays third. That's where he's always been playing. Try him there. We have so much young talent. We don't develop. Look at fucking Jake Arrieta. Do you know who that is?
I don't. So I'm not a baseball fan, which is why I wanted to hear your thoughts on this. Like, you know me, I'll bet on anything. I will bet on a bum fight. And I still can't bet on baseball. I can't do it. I became a WNBA fan before I became an MLB fan.
Real quick, I'm going to come back to this in a second. Jake Arrieta, don't let me forget. But I want to know how to do this because you're the betting guy, and I want to know if this is an option because years ago, 80s, before my dad passed, we were watching baseball, and there was a 3-2 count, and the guy fouled it off. And my dad said that he had read somewhere the first 3-2 count, it's officially 3-2, that pitch coming in about 70% of the time is fouled off.
Interesting. Okay.
And the reason is because the pitcher's good enough to throw one across the plate. He's not trying to finesse. He's just, this one's going. And the batter's good enough to just make contact with it until he hopefully gets that one he wants.
Okay.
And when I watch baseball, I make play bets in my head, 10 grand a time. I'd be a fucking millionaire. I'd be a Listen, help me figure out how to make that bet on every game across baseball. Now, you got to take some things into consideration, too. A pitcher like a Greg Maddux has got better control, and a batter like a Barry Bonds. If that matchup comes on a 3-2, I would bet $20,000.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I don't see that bet ever becoming a reality for two reasons. First of all, timing. The amount of time that would have to pass for that bet to come up and become available
might not even be one the whole game.
And for people to place their wagers and for the odds to settle, none of that will probably happen before that 3-2 pitch comes in. That's first and foremost. And second of all, if it truly, as you say, happens 70, 75, 80% of the time, there's not really a market for them to, like, they have to make a bet that people could consistently lose. It's basically got to be a 50-50 chance for them to either take all the losers' money and then their 10% of the winners' money. So if it's something that's consistently happening, the odds on it aren't going to be good enough. Now, what you could do is I could see a world, and by the way, Kalshi allows you to submit your own bets, which is something we'll talk about at the end, but this might be something you want to submit to Kalshi where they make a market for, will there be more than 5 or more than 10 foul pitches hit on a 3-2 count during a game? I could see that happen. Like, I don't see a world where the bet could exist in real time, but if before the game you simply say, I know at some point today there's going to be a 3-2 count, and I bet you that 3 or 4 times the very next pitch is going to be a foul ball, I think that's something you should submit. Why not? See if they take it. I bet you they would love that market, as a matter of fact. But now, go back to Jake Arrieta, because you told me to remind you before I have a final question.
This is what the Orioles love to do. Waste talent. Jake Arrieta was a phenomenal pitcher. We had him for years. He didn't do shit for us. We trade him to the Cubs. Bro, 2 no-hitters, MVP, and a World fucking Series. Okay, same guy. And also, baseball's finicky enough where some old fucking redneck that's 70 years old, that's been in the game forever, can say, you hold it like this. Hold it like this.
I have to be honest, the commonality I'm hearing between the Ravens and the Orioles and everything you're experiencing as a fan is just bad luck Baltimore. Like, you guys call yourselves Charm City, but where's the lucky charm?
Bro, we got 2 Super Bowls. Okay?
You do.
We've got a World Series, 1983. But the Orioles have just been shit for a long time.
Well, so
the Ravens have been the class of the city.
What do the Orioles mean to the city? Because you guys are a 2-team city. Like, there is no basketball team, there is no hockey team. So when the Ravens are good, do people just not? Do the Orioles get a free pass? Because as long as the Ravens are good, that'll keep the city happy.
People love the Orioles. They love them. The problem is Baltimore's a great sports city. They want the Orioles to do well. They want to. And if they do, when they do, they're there. But you're asking these people to come out to the stadium and pay ridiculous amounts of money to park, to eat, to sit, merchandise, and you're not putting a winner on the team, right, then why would you? I'll support you. I'll support you from home. I'll support you from my TV. I still root for you. Hell, I bought a shirt, but I'm not going there to watch the team you put on. I can turn this shit off and go back to my life. Spend no money. You know?
All right, well, let me ask you this final question. When is the last time you think Cal Ripken Jr. had to pay for a meal in the city of Baltimore? Is he still a walking god amongst men in that town?
I would say probably, because as a child, his parents are paying for all of them. So I would say probably in the minor league chunk. And then 83, we win the World Series, and he catches the final out, and he's Rookie of the Year. I think probably like 79 to 82, somewhere in that range.
There we go. So Cal's doing all right. All right, well, then let me ask you. I think I know your answer, but will the Baltimore Orioles make the playoffs this year? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. All right.
Listen, I'm going to watch. I'm going to root for. I watch every game. I watch every fucking game, highlights of them. I know everything that's going on with the team. I know what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right. I know all of it. And we don't have the fucking brain power from our GM to go make the right choice. Here's the other thing, dude. We've got an owner that says we don't have a budget. We don't have a budget. In the last 2 years, they've spent nothing. No, we went and got Pete Alonso, which I love, but Pete Alonso don't pitch.
And you guys are in a division with the Yankees who will spend whatever it takes. So, yeah.
Bro, listen, I'll let you go on this. I know you're trying to get out of here. Maryland sports were easy. If you just build the Ravens to beat the Steelers, you're going to be in the playoffs. The Steelers are there almost every year, and if not, they're a game away or a play-in game away. If you build the Orioles to beat just the Yankees in your division, you'll be fine. They're one of the premier teams in the league. Back when we had the old ACC, build Maryland to beat Duke. If you could just do that, if you just can beat the teams in your backyard, you're fine. You'll be fine everywhere else. But they make it too complicated.
All right. Well, I'm looking at, all right, so Steelers, Yankees, and Duke. Take care of that, and then everyone's happy in Baltimore. There we go. You got the recipe.